Are you plugging in me? Keep that.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We're excited. We got a great opportunity tonight to talk to you. And one of the biggest, I am very excited and very privileged to be able to introduce to you tonight a gentleman to talk to you about success based on the success of others, about a business of your own. I always wanted a business of your own. I liked what I did, but I like working for me better. And tonight you're going to see a unique opportunity. And this is explained by a gentleman that has incredible success in this. He's not just teaching us, he has lived it, and he's one of the most successful in the entire industry. So I want you to listen closely. And then I want you to, afterward, get back with the person that invited you here, because they're the one that thought so much of you to tie you into this meeting tonight. I don't believe it's a coincidence that you're here tonight. And I don't believe it's a coincidence we get a chance to listen to one of our greatest friends that Judy and I have, and our mentor, along with my brother. And I want you to welcome tonight from Ogden, Utah, one of the most successful in the industry, Randy Haugen.
Hey guys, very good to be with you tonight. Man, it's been a busy day. You know, we've got a lot of things going to help you in your life, and it's been crazy. We're making it's been awesome. We're pretty excited. And Gary, who just introduced me, was on a call a little earlier with us, and I'm telling you, we got some things up our sleeve. It's gonna be cool. But I want to talk to you tonight. I want to talk to you about your life and where you're going. I'm going to make this all sound like it's real easy. I don't mean to. It takes a lot of work to succeed, no matter how you dice it. You know, Valerie and I, my wife and I, who is in Canada tonight visiting our daughter, but my wife and I, many years ago, I was a parts manager of a car dealership. She was an accredited records technician. And we wanted to succeed. You know, we wanted the simple things out of life. We wanted to be able to go camping and not come back until we got done. I know that sounds a little off, but, and, you know, I looked around at everybody, and we grew up. We didn't know anybody who'd ever made any money. We didn't, you know, there was no one we knew that had an incredible lifestyle that we could go say, how'd you do that? And so, you know, we'd go, I guess, what we call dream building. I didn't know that's what it was at the time. But we'd drive around up in the avenues or whatever. And, you know, we'd go by a big home, and we'd look at that thing. And we go, wow, how in the heck did they pay for the utilities in that home? And then I worked at a company called Peterson Marine. We sold boat parts. And I would have guys come in, and after a while, I mean, guys come in by very expensive boats. You know, we kind of live by Lake Powell, guys who come in and spend a couple $1,000s on accessories to take down to the lake for the weekend. And I'm the guy behind the counter, and I'm selling them all this stuff. And after a while, I started saying to myself, and by the way, this is not my story tonight. I really want to talk to you and your heart and where you're going in your life tonight. But I would say to these guys, I think, why am I on this side of the counter? How is it even possible that a guy could come in and buy a new boat, come in a brand new Lincoln or Cadillac, come in a brand new truck to pick it up, and then take 2 weeks off and go on vacation? How is that even possible to do that? And so I started to try to figure it out. You know, I came from a super blue collar town. There wasn't a lot happening. I didn't even know I was supposed to go to college, and I didn't. And so I started to try to figure out, how did these guys get their wealth? How is it possible for these guys to do as well as they've done? So I started to interview everybody that came in, and I know this sounds crazy to you, but I started to interview everybody that came in, and a couple ones were really funny. A guy came in, his name was Jim, actually lives down here a couple blocks, and he owns some Taco Time, which is a little Mexican restaurant, fast food. And I said, Jim, how did you get your Taco Time? How did you get the first one? And he says, well, why? And I said, well, I want one. I want one of those things. Because Jim had come in and buy new snowmobiles. They'd come in and buy boating stuff. They were always going on vacation. And one day a guy came in, picked up a great big boat, bought a couple $1,000s worth of stuff. I'm out loading it in his boat. And I said, what do you do for a living? And he says, well, I have nursing home. And I said, how do I get one? And he started laughing, and he goes, what? I said, yeah, I want one too. How do I get mine? And we were that naive. Well, anyway, long story short, years ago, we wandered into a meeting, and they started talking to us about crazy things. And I want to talk to you about crazy things tonight. You know, most people are not equipped to succeed. When you're a normal person like I was, you're not really equipped to succeed. You really have to have somebody you can run alongside. And man, if you can come up with a mentor, somebody that can teach you something, that can talk to you, that you can ask questions to, that has the fruit on the tree, that's half the battle right there. And I started to take a look, and we went into this meeting, we sat down, and I didn't like the people. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and, you know, they start talking about things, and they start talking about, you know, 95% of the population lives from paycheck to paycheck, and they never escape it. They never get out of it. No matter what they do, they spend their whole life paycheck to paycheck. So every time you have tires go out, it's a problem. Every month there's some kind of an emergency, it's a problem. And that really, really bothered me. The fact that if I just kept doing the same thing that I was doing, even if I did it real well, I would never escape paycheck to paycheck. And I didn't like that at all. And then I started to learn that when you make money by exchanging your time for money, in other words, you get paid hourly or sometimes even on commission, when you exchange your time for money, it is very difficult to ever get ahead because you don't have enough leverage. In other words, you don't have enough time to trade for money that amounts to a lot of money. And so a lot of people get second jobs, and, you know, they drive themselves nuts. And by the time they take taxes out of it and everything else, it's not that good. 43 million Americans today live below the poverty line. And so what I'm going to present to you tonight, I'm going to kind of go fast. I'm not going to get into a lot of the details, but man, I really, really want you to listen to what I'm telling you. I'm excited out of my mind to help people to begin to build an asset in their life. Most people never have an asset in their whole life other than their house that they live in. And the houses are an okay asset. They're not a great asset, but they're an okay asset. But if you never have, see, on one side of you have self-employed and you have employees on one side of the, let's say, cash flow quadrant. And they spend all their time, they have to trade their time for money. And self-employed, I mean somebody has a business small enough where they still have to be there every day. And on the other side, over here, on the right side, 5% of the people control 95% of the money. And these people over here, they either have systems or they have their money working for them. Now, if you're on the left side and you're 95% of the population that has 5% of the wealth, you really want to get on the other side, but there's hardly anybody that understands or knows how to get onto the other side. And we actually learned how to do it through the concept that I'm going to share with you, because what's truly amazing about it is that you can begin to put sweat equity into it and you can begin to build your own business. And then as that thing develops and you begin to build it and it starts making a little bit of money and then it makes a little bit more money, there's a strategy that you can develop residual ongoing income. And for most people, that's a massive, huge deal, because if you don't have either a system working for you making money, or you don't have your money working for you making money, it's not the best place to be, and it's not the most efficient place to be. So that's what we're all about tonight, and we're going to get into that a little bit. And this is so funny because, you know, I showed this guy the opportunity that I'm going to explain to you, and it was a doctor. And I went in there and I sat down at his house, and it was a big fancy house. He had Mercedes in the driveway, the whole thing. And he says, I have everything I want. Why would I want to do what you do? And I said, well, I'm not trying to insult you, and I'm not trying to be mean, but you don't have anything that I have. And he says, what are you talking about? And we butted heads a little bit for a minute. And I said, look, the only thing I'm doing today to make money, and I have an amazing lifestyle, the only thing I'm doing today is talking to you. And I know that you would like to have some freedom and have time and money at the same time. Right now you have money, but it's hard for you to get away, because I know this. And so I talked to him a little bit more, and I said, and I was a little bit bold. I said, you know what, I know what you want. And he said, what's that? And I said, you want to have the lifestyle that your wife and kids have. That's what you want. And he started laughing. He thought about it for a while. And he said, you know what? He said, I think you're right. It's true. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of things. I'm going to talk to you a lot about dreams, about inspiration, about ambition, and about learning how to succeed and learning how to be an entrepreneur, if that's okay. And for whatever reason, my eyes are tired. So I'm going to share a screen with you right now. And so we have a very smart partnership. And what this is it's a culmination of a bunch of ingredients that come together that is really, truly phenomenal. And I'm going to go through this as fast as I can. And so listen up carefully. We have something called the Business Owner Success System. What this is it's a complete system to take you from where you are and teach you everything you need to know on how to succeed, including money management, teaching and training, monthly, regional, annual events, audio and video training, online training, social media training, personal coaching, special apps. Now, personal coaching is interesting because if you have somebody, you know, early on when I was young, I was trying to succeed, didn't know what to do. I was going to quit my job and go take a job that I made about a half as much money, just so I could be around this guy who was successful, so I could kind of see what he did and see all that. Well, we have a system, we have a proven track record, we have people that have been very, very successful. And by the way, when I say that, I'm not talking about some people that drive around in Rolls Royces and, you know, think they're better than anybody else. That's kind of funny. But I'm talking about some people that truly want to see you succeed, because it's a partnership. You know, if you do well, we do well. If I help somebody make a lot of money, I make a little bit of money for doing it. So it's a mutually beneficial situation. But we have a whole success system on how to do that. We also can teach you the strategy on developing residual ongoing income. And let me tell you, think about this, and all these things I'm talking about, I want you to think about them in your own life and how they apply to your life and all that. Not my story, not some of the other guys. But when you have residual income, what that simply means is that you can be on vacation and you're making money the whole time you're gone. It means that if you build it right and you do enough of the right things, that when you wake up every day, you got a raise over the day before. And with some things that are currently being developed over the last probably week, I've never felt more strongly about this ever before in my life. So listen to this carefully. Please listen to this carefully and be interested, because it's going to be important to you. Okay. Okay. There's 3 reasons why you're going to want to be involved. One of them, you can be a customer. Everybody wants to try every product. We have some amazing products. I'm going to tell you about that in a little while. They are truly, absolutely first class, world class, amazing products with great results that work and all that kind of thing. And that's, you may want to be a customer, just try all the products, see what they do for you. They'll help your health. A second category is you may want to share those products with people and have added benefits. Get your initial investment back, about $300 to do this. Get your initial investment back with a share app and a samples program and systems for sharing products, including apps and education. The third one is when you build an organization, you become an entrepreneur, you build an organization with the idea being that you create residual ongoing income. That's one I'm going to talk to you the most about. Now, you may be only interested in sampling the products and trying them. You may be only interested in sharing the products and making a few $100s, and that is totally fine. But man, I get so fired up. I get so excited when we help people make $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, because it changes their life. It changes everything. And I love that, because that you can do it in addition to the income you already got going on without messing it up. I love that. So category 3 would be build teams of people comprised of number 1 and 2 above the 2 different categories that I talked to you about. Now, our products are in categories. We have energy and focus, health and nutrition, weight management, skin care, personal care, great formulators, fantastic people, great laboratories that build them all. Wasatch Laboratories on the Wasatch front here that tests everything. Very, very good stuff. I'm going to go through that very quickly. Here's energy and focus. Here's some products right here that give you incredible energy, increased focus, expands muscle function, helps the mood, helps you be smarter, does all kinds of great things for you. Okay. We have health and nutrition. We have a hydration product that's off the charts. Some of the Olympic teams use it because they have more stamina. We have Sustain. That product right there is a kind of a multi-vitamin product, and it's got the highest ORAC rating of any product ever tested at Wasatch Labs. Very, very good stuff. Now, there's an epidemic going on. There's many people suffering from digestive diseases. It's a real problem in America. Almost everybody that you know of has heartburn. Almost everybody you know of has some kind of a disease related to the digestive system in the body. And they kind of, they're coming up with this thing they're calling the digestive system, or the gut health. They're calling it the second brain, because it actually controls so many different things, and so many things are connected to that. And so we have a complete protocol to help that gut situation. Now, you probably say, well, I don't even think I have gut problems. Well, the bulk of the people do. Most of the people that have them don't even know they got them. And so we have a product to repair it, a product to rebuild it, and a product to rebalance it all. And this is really amazing. I could bring live people on here right now, and they could tell you how this product changed their life. And I am not kidding a bit. This is one of the best products there is on the planet. If you have any gut issues whatsoever, you would want to do this. So many people. I ran into somebody the other day in Phoenix, and they'd been on, I think they said 8 medications, and they'd gotten off all 8 medications over the last year because they've been taking this protocol. We have weight management. I've recently lost 6 pounds. I'm happier. Anyway, we have weight management, an amazing program, and we have some results. If you look at Britt here on the left, he lost 97 pounds in 12 months. Sharon lost 29 pounds. Greg lost 39 in 3 months. Mary lost 61 pounds in 3 months. These are actual real people that are in the program, and there's a million more. These are just some that I happen to grab. We have personal care. We have shampoo and and conditioner that is really fantastic, amazing stuff. Makes your head tingle, and you'll like using it. And then we have Reflection Skincare, which is a whole line of products that help you with getting rid of wrinkles and making you look better and everything. The one on the left is after 14 days, and the wrinkles are disappearing and the bags under the eyes are going away. The one on the right is after 2 months, and it has a little bit more severe, healthy, growing, better looking stuff here. Okay. What we basically do is we build teams of people, and we love doing that. We love building teams of people. We love to teach you, to help you, to run alongside of you, to teach you the ins and outs and how to build a team of people, because what we want to accomplish is we want to accomplish building a team of people, your team, and we'll show you how to do it, so that that team of people, 24 hours a day, it has volume going through it of great products that they're probably going to buy anyway, although some of you can't buy them unless you get them from us. But they're going to buy anyway. So what that simply means in layman's terms is it will create teams of people doing volume 24 hours a day. And here's what's good about that. When you go to work and you work 8 hours a day, you're making income for 8 hours a day. When you build a team of people that create volume 24 hours a day, I'm pretty sure making money 24 hours a day is better than making money 8 hours a day. That's why we build teams of people. And not only that, but there's nothing better than, we don't give handouts, we give hand-ups. I love to run into people that are hungry for success, that have never had a shot at it. I like running into people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, but they don't know what to do. I love running into people that have a dream, or they want an incredible lifestyle. You know, they want to buy a new home. They want to furnish a new home. They want to be able to pay cash for a car one day. They want to have a lake house on a lake somewhere where they can enjoy. They want to have a cabin up in the mountains somewhere where they can just go sit on the front porch, or they can enjoy it, or they can go chop wood, or do whatever they want to do. I love running into people that have a dream, that have a can-do attitude. Barry and I, man, we were so hungry for success, we just didn't know what to do. And we didn't know who to follow. We didn't know that there was a system. We didn't know that there was a way we could get educated to learn how to be in business and how to be successful. And that's what the boss system, the business owner success system, that's what it teaches. Let's talk about money for a minute. I'm going to kind of skip through this really quickly. If you take the diagram in the middle on the top, we're going to build teams. Let's say we build 3 teams of people that do 1,000 in volume a month. Now that's not the most difficult thing you're ever going to do, but it's going to take a little bit of work to start to get the ball to roll. But 3 teams doing $1,000 a month, you're going to make about $3,000 a year. Now, for many people, $3,000 a year is an awful lot of money that helps change a lot of what they do. The underneath one is when you get those teams all doing about $2,000 a piece in volume, that's almost $7,000 a year. Now we're starting to talk substantial money. If you go up there to the top right, that's when you build 3 teams of people that are doing 4,000 in volume. And by the way, here's how you kind of got to look at that. When we're building teams of people, some people are going to want to just like sample the products, are going to want to use the products, be a great customer. Some are going to want to share the product with other people. And then you're going to run into some people that are like me, or like Gary, the guy who introduced me, and like some other people you may know, where you say, wait, hey, whoa, hold on here. Are you telling me I could make $100,000 a year on the side extra, and I can do it in a way where it will keep coming? Yes. Well, you run into somebody like me, you tell me that, and brother, let me tell you, for me to be able to be free, to make money, to not have to go to a job, not have to punch a clock, not have to drive on a busy freeway to get somewhere, you're telling me I can make $100,000 a year and I don't have to do all that? If I could get to that point and secure that kind of income, I'm in. Take me. Well, there's a lot of people out there, and you may be one of them, but there's a lot of people out there that have just never had a shot. They've never had a chance. And we're going to kind of hand the keys to them, and that's what we're doing here. So you're going to have a combination of a bunch of great people. If you take the one on the lower right hand there, that's if you help 3 teams develop $25,000 a month in volume, you're going to make about $100,000 a year. Now, here's what I find interesting about this, all right? I find it interesting, and I'm not against education, so please don't think that that's what I'm saying. But here's the interesting thing. People go to high school and they graduate. Well, not all of them, but a lot do. They graduate. They go to college. Most of the people I know that get a 4-year degree, it takes 5 or 6 years to get it. After they get the degree, then they go into a field of business that in many cases is not what they studied to be. And so by the time you take this time frame, all these years, and you get down the road, and by the way, one of the biggest challenges there is out there right now is that people have debt from student loans from going to college. And oh man, I run into people, holy cow, I ran into somebody the other day that had $300,000 in debt. All right. Well, the time it takes when you start going to college until you get down the road and you get that college paid for, however many years that is, let me tell you something. That is hard. That is very difficult. Okay. And God bless you, those of you who can do that. That's awesome. And I truly mean that. I'm not being facetious about that. That's amazing. But holy cow, how about building 3 teams of people and get them to 25,000 in volume and find a bunch of people that have a dream, want to get fired up and excited about doing something and help them succeed. And we can do it in an awful lot shorter time than it takes all those years to get there to pay off the student loans until you finally have that year when you go, wow, that was awesome. You know what I mean? So anyway, I want to talk to you about changing your life. Now, that probably scares you. That's probably not the right word to use, but I want to talk to you about everything that you could have in your life. You could change your life so drastically that it won't even resemble what it is. You'll be a better person. You'll be smarter. You'll deal with your kids a little bit better. You'll deal with your spouse a little bit better. You'll have a residual income. You're creating an asset that's amazing. It pays money every month, grows in value every year, gets to the point down the road where it will run without you having to hold its hand every minute of the day. Residual ongoing income that could someday become passive income. And that is so difficult to accomplish. And, you know, if you take $1 million and you put it in the bank and you get $2,000 or $3,000 a year out of that because it's, you know, it's 2 or 3% interest. So it's a terrible return. If you want to go buy a business that produces income, it takes a lot of money to buy a business that produces very much income. Here's an opportunity to build an asset with sweat equity. Have fun doing it. And if you have a spouse, you might even be able to do things together because most people do not see each other all that much anymore because they're both kind of going opposite ways many times. But here's a chance for you to build something that is phenomenal. And, you know, it's so crazy because if you look at these earning potential by rank here, it's kind of like, and by the way, these numbers are a little bit old. There's a lot more money that's been put in since these numbers were calculated. But, you know, you can pick how much money a year would change your life. And you can go to it and you can say, man, you know, if you look at the executive rank right here and go down to the bottom, platinum, $52,000 a year. You go, man, $52,000 a year. Do you have any idea what that would do for me and my family? I mean, we could get that cabin that we wanted. We can get that boat and take the family fishing. We can get that camping trailer. You know, we can get that motor home. I mean, I am talking that would make a difference for you. And, you know, we used to, it's funny because when we got started years ago, we were kind of wild. You know, we told people, man, I'm telling you, you know, we're going to have a lifestyle that's going to knock your socks off. You know, some of the guys are going to end up having jets. Some of the guys are going to end up, you know, having custom coaches. They're going to end up having brand new custom built houses. And we kind of got carried away, you know, and we started talking big, like bigger than anybody I ever seen. And I'll be danged, is what I never understood was the power of the dream. The power of the dream is so strong that if you can dream it and conceive it, you can achieve it. And I didn't know that. And I also didn't know that right here in your head is a brain about the size of a fist. And how you learn how to feed that and how you learn how to teach that to see with an expectation, you're going to get what you expect. I never been around people that talk like that talk positive. But when I ran into a group of people that said, look, if you'll be a student and you'll learn all you can, we'll teach you. You're going to have to bring your effort and you're going to have to bring your dream. And we'll go down the road together and we'll make your dreams come true. I had no idea what was going to happen. I had no idea that we would have hundreds of people that ended up not having to have a job anymore. And can you imagine what it would be like to have all of your bills paid off? And I'm not, this is not a pipe dream. This isn't something I have a theory on. You see, a man or a woman with an experience is never at the mercy of somebody that has an opinion or a theory, but they never did anything. I'm talking, can you imagine having your bills paid off? Christmas comes, you don't worry about what presents are going to cost. Your daughter comes home and says, I'm going to be a cheerleader, and you got to pay for it, mom and dad, and you don't have a heart attack over it. And to be able to do things for your mom and dad, if they don't have enough money to do it, like maybe buy them a roof, you know, or something like that. And to be able to not have your whole life built around money, you know, driving down the road, you get a noise in the car. Oh my goodness, what if the engine breaks, you know? Driving down the road and you think, oh my goodness, I got white threads coming out of my tires. And that's not good. All the things in life, all the emergencies. Can you imagine for the first time in many people's lives of just getting above it, and having enough money in the bank, pay all the debt off, get rid of credit cards. If you have it, I'm not assuming everybody does, but I know 95% of the population does. And can you imagine getting to the point where you actually start going looking for that new home, or you go down and start test driving a brand new boat somewhere, or you go start looking at cabins in the mountain. You start going to the coast and looking at homes, beach homes on the ocean. And all of a sudden, the day comes when you sit there and you go, you know what? I'm making like X at my job. I'm making 5X with my business. It doesn't make sense for me to continue to put all my time in 8 hours a day doing this. We have everything paid off. We have money in the bank. We got all this stuff going on. And can you imagine what it would be like for you and I to sit down tonight and talk about what it would be like to leave that job? Now, I'm going to try to talk you into staying there as long as you can stand it. But can you imagine what it would be like to be free? To build a business where tomorrow you're going to walk out of there. You're going to walk out of that job. Now, I'm saying you got to do it right. But tomorrow you can walk out of that job and you're going to be free. And you're either going to take your motor home or you're going to rent one, take your family, take your spouse, kids if you have them. If you don't have them, there's others that'll borrow them to you. Put those kids in that motor home and take off and turn that GPS on and say, where do you want to go? Let's go hit Vegas. Let's go to the Grand Canyon. Let's go see Niagara Falls. Wait a minute, that's a long ways away. I know. It doesn't matter. Let's go to Disney World one week in Florida, and the next week, let's go to Disneyland. And all of a sudden, what happens is you have accomplished something that I love to call an uncommon freedom. Because this is a freedom that hardly anybody on the planet will ever get to enjoy. Having total control of your time or your money. Being free, getting a raise every day, being able to decide today, I'm going to go build my business. I'm going to get it bigger. I got some people that I want to help. I'm going to go build my business. I'm going to get it bigger. Or is it one of those days where you say, I got an idea. Let's not do a thing today. Let's make the biggest event of the day where we're going to go eat lunch. And you call some people that are free with you, that are on your team, or they're your mentors, people that have helped you. And you say, let's go have dinner. And then let's stay up tonight until we can't stay up any longer just because we can. because we don't have to get up tomorrow. We don't have to do anything. Okay. And uncommon freedom. Call your buddies up and say, we're going to go to Cabo for Christmas. You want to go? And they go, well, I don't know. We got, 12,000 of our kids and grandkids coming over. Let's take them all. And you go down there and you rent a villa on the water. Phenomenal, incredible, an uncommon freedom that a normal man or woman can't even dream about or think about. But this is a tool to make that dream a reality, and you can make that happen. And I want you, when you lay in bed tonight and you think about this conversation I had with you, even though I'm doing it kind of one-on-one here, I want you to think, I want you to lay there in bed and I want you to think, how would it be? How would it be if we could pull that off and we could do that? How would that be? You see, because I'm convinced that people are going to pay a price. They're going to pay a heavy price. I told somebody, I was meeting with a guy who owned a big company a couple of days ago. And I said, I'm serious. I think failure takes a lot more work and a lot more stress than success does. To fail your way through life and never have any money and have just one emergency after another, never get ahead, always worried about the car, always worried about utilities, and to go down that road like that, man, that's hard. But to have a dream and be focused on something that's exciting, that you lay in bed, you can't sleep because you're thinking of how great it would be to be free and to have hope in your life. Now that's living. That's living. I'd rather my kids chase the dream every day and go to bed wore out than go to bed and rust out. I want my kids to be dreamers, and they are. And I love surrounding myself with dreamers, and that's what this organization is all about. And this team of people, this picture across the bottom right here, this is a group of people we had in Mexico. And this is the leadership of the organization. And I am very, very proud and honored just to know these people and be part of it. And somewhere in that picture right there is somebody that you will be working very closely with somehow, some way. Because whoever invited you on this call, they're tied into that very, very closely. So I very much appreciate talking to you tonight. And I am going to turn this back to my friend in Ohio. Gary and Judy are some of the greatest people that I've ever met. Integrity is off the charts. I love being in business with people that have integrity and that I can trust. And so here, back to Gary. Uh-oh, Gary, I can't unmute you.
Let me see. I'm unmuted, right?
Right on.
Oh, perfect. You know what, Randy? I listened to you tonight, and I'm sitting there getting goosebumps when I hear this uncommon freedom. And guys, the fact you're on this call, it's wonderful. Randy and Valerie aren't telling you something that can be done. They're saying something they've done by example. And when he talks about this, they talk about leverage, business of your own. I look at the list. For me, when I worked in the corporate USA, I just wanted to get paid for what I did. And this one, it's your own business. You get paid. Passive income, results, lifestyle. It takes hard work, but you get results, and it's doable. And you can develop your uncommon freedom like Randy and his kids and my brother and so many others, John Sims and all these guys that come together. Let me tell you very quickly, 4 things to do. Number 1, get back with the person that thought so much of you to invite you to this call. When he invited you here, he said, I like you, I trust you, here's something you can do. And the unique thing about what we're doing is saying, I'll even help you do it. But it does take work, but he will help you. And for a good reason, because he'll benefit. And that's a good thing, because but you must benefit first for him to benefit. Number 2, start a list. People have already come to your mind. You know who would be good at this? My brother. Maybe it'd be someone that, who's the most entrepreneurial person? Who's the most adventuresome? Who's the most risk-taking? Who's the one that always wanted to have the lifestyle, always wanted to dream big, but things haven't gone that way? Or maybe somebody, the most successful person you know, and everything's going crazy, the good way, and he's more successful than he's ever been. He'll know how to take this and move on even more. So I'm going to recommend you write down those names. The 10, come up with 10 good names. They're probably already in your cell phone. Write those down and then get back with the person that invites you. He'll tell you what to do. I'll mention one other thing. I'm going to recommend when you get back with that person, I'd recommend you secure your place. I don't like pressure. I don't like car salesmen that are always trying to. If this is a good measure today, if this is a good opportunity today, it'll be a good opportunity next week, next month, next year. But the way we build our business, the master strategy that we've used that can take this business and turn it into something where income will come when you're living free. If you move now, someone that may get in tomorrow could be in your group. In other words, or if you wait, it'd be the other way around, but both are good. And then I'm going to recommend you get on the AVISAE system. That is an educational system. The guy that invited you will tell you that. We have some information we want you to have. And I could have you text me your address and I mail it to you, but I got something better than that. And what that is, I'm going to ask you to send a text to this number. And that what you do, just the address that you send, don't send it to Gary or Gary's phone number. Send it to 313131, 313131. And the only message you want to put in there is the word more info with no spaces. Now, your phone will want to stick a space in there. Don't let that, if you get an insurance company, that's what happened. I'm sorry about that. More info with no spaces, and you'll come back within a minute. Click on whether you're interested in the health or the wealth. I'd recommend you hit the wealth or both, and they'll take you to the information, and you click on there, and you'll see an audio by my brother, a 12-minute audio that really gives you a clue, a good list of what to do next and what this can do. And then you scroll down a bit, and you'll see Rob Terrell. And then you get down a little for a great man from Phoenix that built this business in spite of incredible hardships that he overcame. And then you go down a little further, and then you'll see Randy Haugen with 2 audios down there that will knock you over. And they're not there to cock you into anything. They're to let you know, I believe there's no coincidence you're here, but that you got to grab it, and you grab it and watch what happens. So anyway, God bless you. Good night. Get back with the person that invited you, and thank you, Randy. And next week, same time, same place, I'd recommend you have people there to watch it with you as we do this meeting again. So God bless you all, and good night.